Okay, so in front of us we have a Gigabyte RTX 3080. This is the gaming OC model, the cooler, and the card by extension looks like such. Anyways, so as you can imagine, the card is broken, like all the broken cards we get. Oh, by the way, one more thing, I've actually gotten a new multimeter. This was given to me by a YouTube channel called Flagship Labs, so I'll link in the description. And by the way, thank you for the multimeter. By far the best one I've ever had. Anyways, so like all the broken cards we get, we want to check for shorts across all the various voltage rails and take a few resistance measurements. So we're going to start first with the PCI Express slots. At the PCI Express slot, we expect to find 12 volts and 3.3 volts. So, oh, by the way, I have my multimeter in continuity mode. When I probe something that's connected to ground, like ground itself, it beeps. So starting with the first, with 12 volts at the PCI Express slot, which is the first 3 pins, we're good. Now go to this notch, and if you go 4 pins left, you find 3.3 volts. We're good, okay? So our PCI Express slot is good, at least all the base voltage rails there. Okay, now let's check 12 volts at the external power pin, external power connectors. So first, let's check this inductor. Despite beeping for a very long time, you notice it keeps rising. That's because the capacitors are getting charged, so we're good. Now checking this other inductor, and we're also good. So we do not have a short on the base voltage rails. Now let's go to resistance mode and check the other voltage rails. So first, let's start with 5 volts. 2.8 kilo ohms, that's good. Now we want to check 1.8 volts, which by the way is 241 ohms, as you can see. So at 241 ohms, I'm kind of worried. A low resistance on the 1.8 volt rail can often suggest a dead GPU, and in this case, well, I've seen this. I've seen a low resistance on 1.8 volts twice for ampere cards now. I had a 3090 the other week. It had 150 ohms, and after a couple of days and power cycling it a couple of times, it degraded to 40 ohms. So I have a suspicion we have a dead GPU, but I'm not gonna declare it to be dead just yet. Now let's check the PEX rail. We should see about 6 or so ohms. Yep. And now finally, and let's check the memory. I expect to see, let me see, 40 ohms, or 40, more than 40, 60 ohms. That's a perfectly healthy number. So anyways, like I said, I have a suspicion we have a dead GPU, but I'm not going to assume such until at least I've restored the PCB. So let's turn the card on and let's see what voltage rails we're missing. Okay, so as you can kind of guess, the card's not detected. So first let's check the base voltage rails. Yep, 12 volts. 12 volts. Okay. 12 volts at PCI Express slot, which by the way is this inductor over here. Now let's check 3.3 volts. So for 3.3 volts, I have to check the back, but basically there's a capacitor, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, so as you saw, I checked we had 3.3 volts. I checked it at this capacitor over here, in particular, this capacitor here, I checked it on this end. Okay, so now we want to check 5 volts, given that we have the base voltage rails. So there's 5 volts. Now let's check 1.8 volts, which we have, which is this inductor, by the way. And now let's check, okay, now that we're at 1.8 volts, we should see the GPU VRM will turn on next. Okay, so we're missing the GPU VRM. Anyways, there's also an Encore. I'm not sure which rail it is, but we're not going to focus on that. So because we're missing GPU VRM, I expect we'll be missing both the PEX rail and the memory. Okay, so we have our problem. We have a GPU VRM that is not turning on. Now, I just want to give a little bit of history on this card. The owner believes that this card was suffered liquid damage. I'm not sure if I agree with him just yet, but in either case, I can tell that the original owner of the card, not the current one, did a lot of things that they shouldn't have. So firstly, you'll notice that this shunt, it's been modified for some reason, but whatever. Then there's also a few missing solder pads, like over here. This one, it's missing, and well, it looks like these 2 pads are missing. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be anything there, but you know, in either case, it seems like we might be missing a couple components. We'll have to diagnose it. So anyways, for a missing so since we're missing GPU VRM, we want to be checking the phase controller. So if you don't know, these phase controllers here, these phase controllers, it's a UP9512R. I'm going to be using the datasheet for a UP9511P. So for these phase controllers, we want to check 2 things. We want to check if it has 5 volts VCC, which I suspect it will. And we also want to check if it has its enable, which is about 2 volts. The enable usually is connected to some 6-legged 6-pin dual NPN transistor. This is what I suspect we're missing. But anyways, before I do that, I have to confirm which one controls the GPU VRM, which I'll do off camera, and then in a moment we'll check VCC and enable. VCC is this end of this large capacitor here, while enable can be found on a resistor here. It's this over here on this end. When I check enable, I'm going to be checking it over here. So let's plug the card in and let's see if we're missing either signal. Okay, so I have a probe on enable and we have 391 millivolts, not high enough. And checking VCC, 4.15. Okay, so we have two problems. VCC is not high enough and enable is also not high enough. So we have to check them both. I don't know what enable leads to, but VCC should be simple. VCC ought to be 5 volts from the 5-volt rail. So we have to I'm going to start by tracing that out and figuring out where our problem component is. And once we figure that out, we'll then go on to see what's wrong with our enable signal. Okay, so you will remember we had 392 millivolts on enable, and we had 4.1 volts for VCC. Well, VCC is passed through a resistor over here. It's right here. Anyways, so on this card it was 35 ohms, which wouldn't really make me suspicious by itself, but checking the other two controllers have a 0 ohm, and this one too, by the way. Oh, no, hold on. This one. So anyways, this controller as well as this controller has a 2 ohm connection to the 5-volt rail, while this one had 36 ohms. So I took a guess that 35 ohm resistor was actually supposed to be 0 ohms. And when we plug in the card and we check the voltage for enable and VCC, you'll notice, so undetected, that's fine. But in either case, like I said, you will notice that we have 5 volts for VCC. Yep, 4.993. And then for enable, we have 2.4 volts, right? Yep, 2.4 volts. So that tells us that 35 ohms was the incorrect value. We do actually need a 0 ohm resistor between the 5-volt rail and that particular UP9512R phase controller, and that also the enable signal is based off of the VCC. If we don't have VCC, we don't have enable. Anyways, now the next thing we need to do is, of course, figure out why the card still doesn't boot. So as you heard, we had that undetected beep. We still don't have Vcore, but we still, of course, have 1.8. Yes. So we're missing Vcore, memory, PEX, all that. Okay. So now that VCC and enable seem good, the next thing I want to check is refin and vref. So with vref, it's just a 2-volt output. The phase controller takes 5 volts and then it outputs a 2 volts signal. It's supposed to be very high precision, and sometimes what you see is on these dead phase controllers, the output is not 2 volts. If we don't get 2 volts, I'm going to assume the phase controller is dead. The next thing I want to check is vref, actually. Well, not a vref, I'm sorry, refin. So refin is the reference input. So basically the idea is that these phase controllers, they have this refin pin, and their job is to get the GPU VRM to mimic refin. So if refin is 1 volt, then you should see 1 volt on the GPU VRM. Now anyways, so as for where refin and vref are, anyways, so I'm going to be checking this resistor here on the left side, and I'm going to be checking this resistor here on the left side. So this one here on this end is vref from memory, and on this end of this resistor we have refin. So I expect to see about 800 millivolts for refin and 2 volts for vref. So let me just hook up everything up and let's go measure it while the card is live. Okay, now that the card is on, first let's check refin, and finally vref. Okay, so as you saw, we had both refin and vref, which is perfectly good. Unfortunately, I don't really want to just say it's the phase controller that's at fault. but I also have to start eliminating possibilities. You know, I don't have a datasheet for this phase controller, and I need to start, like I said, eliminating possibilities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the phase controller off the board, and I'm going to take this one off, and I'm going to use it on the other phase controller's location. I hope to see at least one power rail turn on. If we get something that's better, like, you know, if we get, like, you know, the GPU VRM or the memory VRM or whatever turns on next, then that kind of tells us that we have a bad phase controller, and I can go order replacement parts. Okay, so unfortunately I did switch the UP9512R phase controller, this one here, with the one over here. I didn't get any there was nothing different. It didn't turn on still. So, and of course I switched them back. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit stuck. So I decided, well, I don't have, like I said, I don't have a data sheet for this. So it's not like I can really just tell what's going on. So what I've done is I've actually started looking at components around. So you notice how there is a bit of a modification going on here. It looks kind of off. Well, as it turns out, there's a 0 ohm resistor here. Now this one in particular, so on one end it's 5 volts and on the other end it's 500 millivolts. So given you can clearly see the 0, that isn't correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off, replace it with a 0 ohm resistor, and, well, we'll see if the card performs any better. Okay, so as you can see, I've installed two new resistors here. I don't have any 0 ohm resistors of the right size, so I just use a 1 ohm resistor, which I think will be fine. So these two resistors here are the old ones. So let's just check that they're well, you know, let's just see that they're damaged. So I have my multimeter in continuity mode. When my probes have direct contact, they beep. My multimeter beeps. So let's check this one up top. As we can see, we don't seem to have anything. Let's turn it upside down just to confirm. So on the two pads, we have nothing. So yep, that's not a 0 ohm resistor anymore. Now let's check the other one. Again, we seemingly have nothing. Let's just turn it upside down and check the pads themselves just to be sure. Nothing. Okay, so those are both dead 0 ohm resistors. But if we check our 1R0 1 ohm resistor, that's continuity, and okay, so yes, those two resistors were bad. If you're wondering what the purpose of these two formerly 0 ohm resistors are, they bridge the 5 volt power rail to the VCC pins on some of our power stages, so that our power stages have the current required to turn on. Let's plug the card and see if it's any better. I don't think it'll start, but at the very least, this suggests to us that we do actually need to look at the physical damage on the board caused by some previous, possibly original owner. So anyways, like I said, let's look it up and see if it's any better. Okay, so as you saw, I changed those two 0 ohm resistors to 1 ohm resistors, since I don't have any 0 ohm resistors lying around. Let's boot the card and see if it's any more functional. Okay, so we have GPU voltage, memory, PEX, and actually we have a BIOS splash screen. Okay, so we seemingly have a working card. Let's put the cooler back on and see if the card is, you know, perfectly functional. Okay, so as you can see, the card is running in game at the moment. I think I put about 5 hours of gameplay on it. So if we go over to GPU-Z, we can see the thing is running at X16 4.0. You know, the clocks look good, the memory is red, everything looks nice. If we go over to the sensors tab, we can see that the GPU clock and memory clock are exactly what we expect. The only anomaly being the memory temperature, but then again, GDDR6X does run very hot, so power consumption is also perfectly good. It's limited a little bit by the game. If I ran Furmark, for example, it'd be at 100. Anyways, so yeah, as it turns out, the only problems were those 3 0-ohm resistors. One of them prevented the UP9512R from turning on. I presume it's for the I presume it's that phase control was for the GPU VRM, and the other set of resistors bridged the 5-volt rail to the VCC pins of our power stages on that side of the board, which prevented the power stages from turning on. So anyways, the current owner thinks that the previous owner spilled liquid onto the card, and I'm gonna have to say that I actually agree with the current owner. I think it is actually probably just liquid damage, despite how it appears. But anyways, in either case, I'm gonna say that the card is repaired. I hope you learned something watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.